What up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Jay, and I'm back with a video. What's good, y'all? Man, it's been a busy week at work. Things been crazy, but I said, you know what? I need to hop on here. It's not even 6:30 yet. Today I go to work at, I leave the house at 9, so I start my shift at 10. And I was like, let me start a little video. I want to tell y'all story time. I'm in the bed too, man, because it's so early, and I'm going to go right back to sleep after I'm done with this. I'm going to catch some Z's before I got to wake up at 8. But I wanted to tell y'all a story about when I went to Africa. Now, the only thing about this story that I don't like is that I don't have my pictures because of moving. So there's probably going to be a part 2 to this because I want to drop the pictures and I want to show y'all some things that I did, some sites I actually seen, but I got to find them. So I'm going to go ahead and give y'all the verbal part. So I had to be about 23 when I actually went. But prior to that, when I was 18, I knew that I wanted to go to Africa to visit. It probably was before that, but for sure when I was 18, I had a friend who she was actually going there to be a missionary. And I thought it was great, honestly, that she was dedicating her life to that. And, so I wanted to go to visit. Excuse me. So anyway, time goes on. I get my opportunity to go. How I went was the job that I was working at, I was an office manager, and I very rarely took vacations. If I did, it was basically on my own time or else like a weekend trip or something. So time went on, and I saved up my money, and I spoke with my boss before I even booked my ticket, of course, and it cost me about $1,300 to fly out, and that was a round trip ticket too, so I didn't think that was too bad. But I did stay for a month, and I couldn't see spending $1,300 and staying for a week or two. So I said, I want to stay for a month. So I spoke to my boss. I did everything, that I needed to do to be able to get that month off. So it worked out, which I'm grateful for. My dad, of course, was freaking out because I was 23 and I was going by myself out the country. And I'm like, Dad, ain't nothing gonna happen. Like, I'm ready to go. Like, this is something I have to do for myself. I got to get this off my bucket list. So I went. My flight going was a 35-hour flight, and it was really cool. It's probably the best ticket I've had, honestly, in flying so far out of the country. Because I was able to stop 3 or 4 times, and I got to tour in Amsterdam. I got to see Paris. I didn't get to tour, which I was upset about. I got to, what else did I get to do? Oh, and I landed in Kenya, which that was one of my layover flights. And in Kenya, I mean, it felt a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more hostile. Like, it didn't feel like we was actually, like, if you was American, it didn't feel like you was actually welcome. That's just the vibe I got from the few people that I dealt with. In the airport, they wasn't trying to help me. They wasn't trying to, I had to get kind of aggressive back with them, honestly, to get some help. Damn it. So, anyway, got that done. Got there. When I arrived, I gotta say, the first thing I noticed about Africa was the smell. The smell was a cross between like body odor and being outdoors. Like, it was just incredible. So, and I mean incredible in a bad way. Like, that drink just hit me as soon as I got off the plane. But I asked my friend that was there, basically, why is it that, body odor is so bad and predominant? I mean, because you would see people in suits and ties and looking nice and beautiful, and they would have body odor. And she would just tell me, like, well, number one, the deodorant isn't the same out there, and number two, it's expensive. So they have to prioritize. And one thing I did like about Africa is they do a lot of trading, like with vegetables, food, because it's hard for them to get money. You know what I'm saying? And the poverty where I was at in Malawi, poverty was pretty bad. Like, I was there with the missionary, and she's a nurse, so she was there to meet the needs of the people, not to basically just live there, you know. So um, I would watch them in the mornings, like trade with each other, like vegetables, certain kinds of vegetables. Like if one person needed this kind of vegetable, they'd go to the neighbor they knew had it and trade them something else. And I honestly think that's the best way to go, honestly. Like, and they basically survived off of that. So I remember thinking when I first got there, number one, because we were in the bush and we lived like the natives, I thought I wasn't gonna survive. I'm like, yo, I'm about to die. Like, this is about to be it for me. But you know, as I got settled in, the next day I woke up. I remember my second day I was there. I was eager to help. Like, I was eager to just get involved. I um I remember going out and planting banana trees, and I started to get lightheaded. Like, I started seeing black spots and everything. And I asked my friend, I said, what's wrong with me? Like, why do I feel like that? She said, it's the heat. She said, you don't know it, but you're overexerting yourself. So you need to just kind of chill out. And in Africa is where I felt the hottest temperatures in my life. One day it got up to 120 degrees. I mean, I thought I was gonna die. I literally felt like my insides was boiling. Like, cause I left the United States. I left. It was wintertime here. It was in February, so out there it was summertime, and I thought I was gonna die. Like, I'm like, yo, I don't know how these people do it. Like, how they endure these temperatures. And then the morning routine basically was you had to be up before 7 o'clock a.m. because at 7 o'clock the sun is really hot and the heat is intense. And I remember I overslept one morning. I used to get up at like between 4:30 and 5 o'clock out there. And that's when you hear the people in the village start making noise and they start kind of waking up. So I remember I slept in one morning till like 7 because we had a really late night. And uh, the heat was so intense. Like, I slept with just a sheet, and people that know me know I don't sleep with a sheet. Like, I usually all year round I'm sleeping with a blanket. Not because I'm cold, I'm just more comfortable that way. But I remember just laying there and being like, yo, I see why they get up. Like, it's really hot. Like, it's really hot right now. So anyway, while I was there, I seen a lot excuse me, I seen a lot of sights. I seen a lot of poverty. I saw a lot of sickness. And then it kind of felt like I stepped into a time clock where when I was there in Malawi. And I can't speak for the whole of Africa because I was just in that particular spot. But I felt like I stepped into a time clock, and I was like, how in this, we're in the 2000s, and I feel like I went years back. Like, I just felt like the way people live, their mindsets, their survival mentality, just the different, you know what I'm saying? The values of life, the things that mean different things to them, you know, wouldn't mean much of anything to us here, you know, like how I think in the United States, we're so consumed with materialism and materialistic things that we honestly don't even know how bad it is until you step out the country. And, you know, the things that mean so much to us here, it's like you go somewhere like that where you have to learn to survive, or you have to learn what it is to be simple, like just to do the basics, like, you know. And I remember being there. I saved up money for when I was going to be there at the in Africa itself, and I said I took a good amount of money with me. Honestly, I kept it, of course, on my debit card, and I let my bank know I was going to be out the country. But when I got there, I asked my friend, I said, how much money do I need to take out to, you know, basically be able to be okay here? And she said, get $100 out. Mind you, I was staying there for a month. She said, get $100 out, and that'll be good. So I said, all right. I kind of looked at her like, are you sure? And I was like, all right. So I took out $100. I'm telling you what, that ATM machine kept spitting out money. I felt like I was rich. Like, that money, I had like a stack of money, like a stack. And she was like, hurry up and put it in your bag and don't let the natives see it. She said, to them, this is a lot of money. Like, and you could get robbed right here for that. So I was like, oh, and it was just the two of us. So I went ahead and put it in my bag and, you know, kept it pushing. But yeah, it's just different how I literally And then when I got to the end, like, I just ended up giving the money away to the lady that I was staying with because I couldn't do anything with it. I bought everything I wanted to buy, did everything I wanted to do, and still had money left over. So I gave her the money and told her she could do whatever she wanted to with it. But yeah, it's just like, it was just a different, the food was different. Which I did like the food, but it just tasted different. I got sick off of food one time, and I think it's because I remember what the food was. We had grilled lamb. It was so good. But the aftertaste, like, I could kind of taste that it wasn't right. Like, I could kind of taste, like, it just had a little edge to it. So I'm like, nah, this meat it tastes like it's on the edge of being spoiled or it's spoiled. So I literally I ain't even eat a lot that night. I don't even think I had a whole piece. Like, I just had a little bit to try it. And that night, I was sick. But then other than that, I love the animals I seen there. I seen a lot of monkeys. I went on a water safari. I didn't see elephants or lions because, and I was so mad, but because it was so hot there, they were too busy being cool, like trying to cool off and stay at a cool temperature. So I didn't see any of that. I seen a lot of hippos. I think I seen one giraffe, if I'm not mistaken. Lots of monkeys. The monkeys were cool. It's kind of weird how close to human they are, like the mannerisms and the things they do. What else did I see? The people were lovely. Like, you had to be careful because, of course, people show love to you with a motive. They think you from the United States, so they think you got money. And it ain't even like that. You know what I'm saying? We got poverty here, too. We shouldn't, but it's here. But for the most part, the people were nice. I loved the singing. They did a lot of singing, like a cappella. They did a lot of singing with drums. And I love to hear them sing. I love to hear them sing. Like, it'll put chills on you. Like, it put chills on you. And then, what else did I say? What else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. But, we helped. When I was there, I was with a team of people, and they were in the process of building a clinic. They were in the process of building, like, some churches for them, digging wells for them, and helping them, giving them tools also to teach them how to be more efficient and within their community. And that's one thing I really appreciate about the lady that I was there. She wasn't there to try to change their culture. She wasn't there to try to change, you know what I'm saying, who they are as a people. She was there to encourage them, to educate, and to teach them how to survive, in a more efficient way, in a more profitable way. Is it, to be able to, you know what I'm saying? It's just a different mindset. Like, it's amazing how money stretches out there. It's amazing how, they survive. And I'm sure to them, it's a struggle. To them, it's a pain. Like, it's hard. But to me, as an onlooker, being from the United States, I was literally fascinated by their mentality. I saw a lot of sickness, saw a lot of babies. Well, I didn't see a lot of babies being born. I saw a lot of pregnant women in the clinic that was there for labor, but I didn't want to go in the room because that stuff freaked me out. But yeah, pretty much that was it. That sums up my trip to Africa. I want to go back again and do everything again. I would like to go to South Africa. They call that Little America. So I want to go to South Africa. I want to see what that's like and actually just be there to tour, because when I went there, I was there to help and, work and did my part and what I was supposed to do. But, yeah, that's pretty much. When I get the pictures, I'm going to drop a part 2, and I'm going to go into more detail. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you for the views. Thank you for interacting with me. Thank you for the comments. Continue to support. Continue to interact. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I have more content coming for you guys. More videos, more everything. Stay tuned. Love you guys. Be blessed.